Galveston, Texas. A popular vacation city on the Texas coast that attracts over 6 million visitors a year. This island has everything, from popular attractions such as Moody Gardens to fine dining with a view of the Gulf of Mexico. But did you know it's also home to many ghosts and haunted structures? While visiting Galveston, usually the last thing on tourists' minds are ghosts and haunted destinations. However, the city has its fair share of them. The first of such is Broadway Cemetery. Broadway Cemetery was originally plotted between 1839 and 1939, and although there are an estimated 12,000 grave markers, there are 3 times the amount of bodies buried below. The Broadway Cemetery District incorporates 7 distinct cemeteries on 6 city blocks. As for its ghostly inhabitants, there are a few. The first on our list is Nicaragua Smith. Smith was an arsonist and burglar who abandoned the Confederate Army in 1862. Ultimately tried for desertion, he was executed by a firing squad on the 8th of January 1863. Legends say that Smith frequents his unmarked grave in the Broadway Cemetery on the anniversary of his death and can sometimes be heard shouting obscenities, as he did to the firing squad on the day he was executed. Broadway Cemetery is also the final resting place for Elise Romer Alberti. Alberti murdered her 4 children in 1894, earning her the moniker, the Demented Mother. It's suspected that she suffered from severe postpartum depression, which may shed light on why she poisoned her 4 children. Alberti's method of poison was morphine in wine. After the murders, Alberti was sent to the San Antonio Asylum. She was ultimately returned to Galveston upon her release, where she committed suicide. Later interred in the same burial plot as her children, making for one of the few instances where a murderer is buried next to their victim. Next on our list is the Hotel Galvez. The Hotel Galvez is long known for its ghosts and hauntings and is easily one of the most haunted places in Galveston. Perhaps the most famous ghost of the Hotel Galvez. Audra. Audra, also known as the Love-Lorn Lady, was a young 25-year-old bride to be in the mid-1950s. Her fiancé was a sailor and would often sail in and out of the port of Galveston. While waiting for her fiancé to return, she would frequent room number 501, since it was close to the stairs which she used to climb to the hotel's roof and watch for her fiancé's ship to return. After a major storm hit the area, Audra was informed that her fiancé's ship had capsized and that all hands were lost. Devastated and overcome with despair, Audra hung herself in the west turret of the hotel. To make matters worse, her groom arrived at Galveston a few days later. He had survived the sinking of the ship, eager to re-encounter with his bride, only to find out the tragic news about her death. Visitors to the Hotel Galvez claim that Audra frequents the 5th floor, while others hear the inexplicable slamming of doors. Televisions turn off and on without explanation, lights, too, flicker back and forth. The senior concierge of the Hotel Galvez alleges that her spirit is locked inside the hotel and she never crossed over. Another tragic story pertaining to the Hotel Galvez happened during the Great Storm of 1900, which ravaged the island along with the St. Mary's Orphans Asylum. In an attempt to save as many as possible, the sisters cut cloth into rope, which they then tied to the children. These ropes were then attached to the waists of the sisters, who hoped to withstand the storm's belligerent winds. 90 children and 10 sisters perished in the hurricane. Still attached to one another, their remains were found along the beach of the Hotel Galvez. Their bodies were buried where they were discovered, leading some to suspect that the Hotel Galvez stands above their mass grave. Our next stop, the Tremont House Hotel. The Tremont House Hotel is no stranger to disaster. From fires, to the Civil War, to the great 1900 storm, yet, it's still considered by many to be the pride of the South. It has its fair share of ghostly inhabitants as well. Perhaps the most popular ghost of the Tremont, the Civil War soldier. The Civil War soldier has been seen by guests and employees marching throughout the front lobby, towards the front desk, then back again, as if he was standing guard. Many have stated that on occasion he is not seen, but report hearing his boots clacking and clattering across the floors. Our next ghostly inhabitant of the Tremont is known as Young Jimmy. Young Jimmy has been witnessed by employees at the front desk and is usually seen by new hires, saying that they can sometimes catch his small silhouette from the corner of their eye, though he disappears once they turn around. Jimmy's most popular prank is overturning cups on the tabletop. For our final entry, we arrive at Bishop's Palace. Bishop's Palace is said to be haunted by the ghosts of its former owners, Walter and Josephine Gresham, who lived in the house from 1892 to 1920. The Gresham ghosts have been seen moving about the mansion, paying attention to the property's improvements and progressions. Walter has been seen and known to pace the halls, while Josephine enjoys moving her old card box from place to place. So, what do you think of our ghostly selections for this video? Have you experienced any of these firsthand? Drop a comment and let me know. And as always, thank you for watching.